everybody, get on me. Nigga gonna sit on me. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Echo Underground. I'm Shanique.
This is Mike.
And on this podcast, we talk about music, movies, and...
Jeez, I don't even know where to go with this one. This shit just...
Shenanigans. Black people shenanigans.
Mad. Like,
yeah, okay.
You know what's great? You know what? Before we even start the podcast, what's the name of that movie we saw with the hospital? Fractured. Like, similar feelings towards, you know what, we'll get to it now. We'll put a pin in that right there. We're going to come back to it. Go ahead, Shanique.
Okay. So, as you know, we do spoilers on this podcast. So, if you don't want to be spoiled, stop right here. Otherwise, stick around. Today's episode is going to be about the new Tyler Perry and Netflix movie called Fall from Grace. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to give this a B. And I'm going to tell you why. Is it the best... Sorry about that. Is it the best Tyler Perry movie I've ever seen? No. I still say his best is Why Did I Get Married? The first one. Does it have some really good scenes in it? Yes. Did it have a twist that I actually saw coming? No. I really thought she did it. I was wrong. Well, she did do it, but she didn't know. And it was, I guess, Tyler Perry's first attempt at a thriller. It was a different genre, and I like that he's branching a little bit. And I actually, you know what, it got good at it really got my attention. Once it midway, it hit that, after that first hour, all that setup, it starts to hit, and I'm like, oh, okay. And I like Crystal Reed. I like the woman who played Grace, Felicia Rashad, and, character Sarah, and then also Crystal Reed's character Jasmine. They were the best parts of the movie. They had the most shine. They outacted everyone in the movie. They did their job. So yes, I'll give it a B because I enjoyed it. I think if he would have tuned up the plot a little bit, it could have been an A movie. That's just me. Michael.
A little bit. Here's my thing. How many times can you get married before someone realizes, hey, that's crazy, I saw you last year when you got married, and the year before that, and the year... I'm gonna get to why I'm ranting about this, because I got some shit to get off of my fucking chest. First of all, let me go ahead and give this movie a grade. Now, why I brought up Fracture earlier, it's because at least in Fracture, I kind of like bounced back and forth between the idea of, is the guy crazy or is he not? Like, is he innocent or is he not? This one just stood a very linear path of, you're guilty. Like, you did the thing, right? At least Fractured had a conversation in my mind, had me going back and forth, like, maybe not. This one just, like, gave you the information that was like, this person is the bad guy. Like, that is it. Like, you don't get any other information about that until the movie wants you to know. Now, it doesn't give me the conflict that Fractured gave me, and for that, it's a little weird, because it's like, the plot just kind of seemed, like, straight and cut until the last, like, 20 minutes with the twist hits. I get that. It's a movie device. I get that. But it's like, you know, when you see characters making decisions and acting rashly because like things are getting tense, and it's like, you know, as a watcher, I'm just like, okay, well, clearly the obvious answer is what the movie wants me to believe. I'll sit back in my soapbox for a little bit and say the twist it made sense. I'm okay with the twist. But the lead up to the twist was just kind of weird, because it's like, okay, clearly this is like a one-track thing. Like, even with, because it all kind of hung on Sarah Miller. So it's like, yo, regardless of where Sarah Miller goes, or she says what she needs to say, I know I'm jumping back and forth here. So what she needs to say, either Grace is going to jail or she's going to jail. Right?
Right.
That, and, man, I got to talk about it in order to make sense, because I'm going to start jumping around. As an actual grade, I don't know, man. I gotta give this like a B minus. I'm giving it a B minus. I want to give it a little low, but actually I'm gonna give it B minus because I will legitimately sit back off my soapbox and say the plot was actually really good. That was actually a good plot twist. I will give it that. Everything leading up to the plot twist just kind of had me like not conflicted, but it's like, okay, like where's my conflict as of, you know. I hate using Fracture, but Fracture is like the most recent one we saw that kind of struck at a low similarly like this. In my opinion, Shanique giving me like the side eye right now. I don't think she following
Well,
me.
okay. Here's why I'm giving you a side eye, right? I think you wanted this movie to kind of
No.
be something that it wasn't trying to be. It was supposed to lead you down the path that
Yeah.
you had. You was supposed
Yeah.
to have the thought process that you had.
Yeah.
And see, here's what I thought. I thought this movie was going to lean more into a courtroom drama. I didn't actually think it was going to lean the way it did.
Like a thriller at the end or something like that, right?
Right. I did not know it was going to go thriller route because it focused so much on Jasmine and not on Grace. So I'm like, okay, this is going to be like the story of this woman taking her first big case. That's what I thought it was going to be. And it was. And then it said, fuck you. And then did that. So me and you had different expectations. You thought it was going to be like Fracture where we're like, oh, she like did this. But actually, this happened, or she believed this.
No. I wanted to be not wanted to be fractured, but I thought it would be kind of like structured like that, in the sense that I bounced back and forth between like being conflicted. Like the longer that movie went on, the more I kept going back and forth between like the hospital's either doing something, or this man actually killed his family. One of the two. This one, I was just like, I'm not really being given a mystery here. I know that there were some loopholes in the story. But it's like it wasn't like a loophole big enough for me to be convinced to say that maybe she might have been innocent, you know? Because
I never thought she was innocent because here's why: I never thought Grace was innocent.
I know that's where I'm at. I got nothing to make me think she was innocent.
Right? I don't think you were supposed to. Like I said, I thought it was leaning towards a courtroom drama. I thought she would just the whole plot was her trying to get the mistrial. That's what I thought the movie was going to be about. And then Grace be saved at the end. Now, was Grace saved at the end? Yes. But not what the fuck I thought was going to happen. I thought it was going to lean into courtroom drama type stuff. I did not realize until about 40 minutes in. I was like, this is not what I think it is. So then I'm like, okay, we're going to see her snap. And then, I had different ideas. I was never going, we supposed to doubt that she did it. I was like, I bet she did it. Now, we're going to talk about the scene where she did it. Because I have questions. But let's get into the movie. So, first of all, my internet was horrible on Tyler Perry's movie. So I can't even talk about video quality or anything because my internet was just shit when we watched it. So I would like to see what it looked like on a clearer screen because the internet was being a little slow. So I won't talk about that. We see Grace. Actually, no, we are met with Jasmine first, and she get this case about Grace Waters. She's like, well, we meet her boss Roy or Rory, one of them.
Yeah,
Rory, played by Tyler Perry, and he gives her this case that plead this shit out. She said guilty, right? We go see Grace, and Jasmine is trying to plead her out. So basically, Jasmine had the thing where she's a public defender. She worked real hard. Got into law school from community college. Do your thing. She's married to a cop, right? I thought they were engaged. I didn't even know they were married. Because she had no wedding ring. She just wore her fucking engagement ring. Like, whatever. And he never had no wedding ring on her finger, so whatever. He's married to a cop, right? Oh, before we even go there. The movie opens with an old woman jumping off the building. And the cop husband is there. I don't remember that nigga's name. And then he goes home and we see Jasmine. Now, funny enough, I will say this. They brought that back full circle. Because I didn't think about that scene the entire movie. I was like, it should have dawned on me. Why the fuck did they show it? I thought it was like, oh, let's introduce the cop husband. He wasn't even a big part of the plot most of the movie. So it just flew out my mind. And it wasn't until the end I was like, I fucks with that, Tyler. You got me there because I literally did not think about that scene or tied it. We actually, now that I know the twist, we should have fucking saw it sooner.
Now, here's my thing. I figured it out right when I was supposed to figure that out. But I know, obviously, the movie wanted me to figure it out where I was supposed to figure it out. But then that begs the question. This woman jumped off the roof, right? From Sarah Miller's house, right? These motherfuckers didn't ask why, under your care this shit happened. They ain't ask, hey, let's look in your basement, see what's going on, and search this house. Maybe she was on some kind of, something was going on.
Here's the thing.
Because they got
Here's the thing. Sarah Miller, or Betty Mills, whatever you want to call her. In my opinion, I can buy that. Because she's a con artist. Also, there are real life stories where people keep people in their basement for years, even though the cops come multiple times. So can I believe that she got away with it? Yes.
Is the cop coming to my house after somebody jumping off my roof and not being curious about what else is going on?
I'm just saying there's actually real life cases of that.
I mean, and there's real life cases of cops asking, hey, maybe we should probably look around some more.
I'm just saying it's not unbelievable that she got him. Also, you know, I don't know, again, we never followed the case.
True.
So I don't know what Sarah said. I don't know how she set it up. Maybe she has a contingency plan to make the woman look suicidal. Maybe she kind of did like a lead up, like, okay, you know, just like, hey, I was trying to get her help, blah blah blah, you know, stuff like that. Maybe she had a plan. Who knows? Also, big up Felicia Rashad. I actually liked her acting in this movie. She got me. Some of you are so used to her playing the nice old lady, except on Empire, she was mean. But yeah, like, I get Sarah getting away with it, right? But now it does beg the question, like, what happened? But we never saw anything. The husband never mentions the story again. And there's probably a reason why, but we'll get into it. So he goes home to his wife, Jasmine. As you said, she got the Grace Waters case, so she's going there, blah, blah, blah. Grace is telling her, nah, yo, like, I just want the plea deal. I want a plea deal. I want to plead guilty, and I want to be close to my son. That's it. And I want to eventually see them. So, and also the fact that, we'll get there. So then, this is the thing. So, I did not like the deal they gave her. Life without parole? What type of plea deal is that?
That's the worst case scenario already, other than death sentence.
They
like,
kill me anyway.
Right.
You basically kill me one
like,
way. Either kill me fast or slow.
I'm already old already, so it's like, that may as well be the death sentence. Plus, y'all gonna hold me the whole time till I die on death row anyway, so.
Yeah, like, what the fuck type of plea deal? I actually agree with the 15 years with parole because she has no priors. And she has no previous violent history. You know, and like, also, you can't really prove a lot, too. But whatever. I don't know what type of deal that do. I remember I told you during the movie, I was like, oh, is the fucking prosecutor, the DA on it? Because that was such a harsh thing to do. And I don't even know what state where they are where she gets the Virginia? Does Virginia do like death penalty?
Oh, I don't know. But I remember in the state of Virginia would have to apologize to you.
Yeah. Alright, well, they didn't apologize. Anyway.
Right.
So then that happens, right? So I'm like, what type of fucking deal is this? She was willing to sign it. And now that we saw what led her, I see why she's willing to sign it. So now Grace, somehow, I forgot how Jasmine was about to, she basically, I remember, I want to talk about this first scene. We see Jasmine, we see her friends Donnie and Tulsa, right? Now, I question whether Donnie's really Jasmine's friend sometimes during this movie. So there's a scene where Jasmine, her husband, and Donnie and Tulsa are having dinner. Donnie hemmed up on her real hard in front of her man. Right? And I was joking with Mike. I was like, this nigga never speaks. I was like, I would hope that my husband would not let no man speak to me like that. Especially since I ain't call him a bitch. I wasn't rude. But he basically said, oh, you just too scared to try a case. Why are you even a lawyer? You don't even try, blah, blah, blah. That was ultimate disrespect. That's when I started going, are you friends? Looking you with the side eye. Michael was so pissed during that scene. He didn't like the nigga for the rest of the movie.
That was it.
He said, you got one time.
You got one strike.
1, 2, and 3. And then the husband showed him the door all tough. I'm like, where was that attitude?
Right.
When he was coming at your wife.
Right.
I didn't like you to the end. That's the only time I really felt like you were about your wife. Was at the end of the movie. When she was about to get got. But anyway, so because of this argument, I guess Donnie got in her head. So you got Grace to tell the story. Right? And so basically what happens with Grace. She meets some nigga who's stuck in the 80s. With this weird high type hair at this art gallery. Right? That begs the question. If Shannon was such a good I'll ask that at the end. I actually have a question about this. I actually do have a question. But yeah. So Shannon DeLong, played by Mekhi Brooks, he meets Grace at the art gallery. He charms her. He says, "Hey, why not you?" He talks about why he dresses the way he do, why he got the rings, why he's like that. She ain't calling right away because, she's trying not to be desperate. I liked her narration, though. I actually really liked when Grace was telling her story. I actually liked her narration. Her inner thoughts made sense. Mm-hmm. So I actually liked that part. So good job on that storytelling aspect there. So Grace works at the bank. He sends her the original the next day. I was like, pushing kind of strong. And then they start a romance. Now, the problem with the advertising on the movie, we knew he was trash. Mm-hmm. So, but let's say you didn't see the commercial for it. Would you think he's trash?
I think something was up. Ain't no way you pushing on that fast, that hard too. Like, ain't no way.
It is the thing, like, Grace is not an ugly older woman. She's put together. Oh, yeah. She has a very nice figure. And she doesn't look old to me.
Oh, I'm trying to get like Grace when I'm her age, for real.
For real. I was like, and so Grace has been divorced for like 7 years because she caught her husband cheating. And she left. And he eventually married a woman that she cheated on her with. But they have a son together named Malcolm, right? Mm-hmm. So, and also Malcolm begs Jasmine to help his mother. Because she would never do that. You'd think your mother would never do that because she still hit him. But, so, they go out on this date now. Let's talk about the diner.
There's some wine there.
Yeah. And also, that nigga looked so huge in that little seat.
Yeah.
Like, remember when he was crossing his leg? I was like, you can't fit in that seat, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, he had to do the little slump to make his whole body fit.
Yeah, and he's like, and then Grace was dressed up also nice. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, y'all both dressed up to go to a diner. What type of date is that?
Yeah.
And then they had wine. I'm like, this cheap ass date. But whatever.
It's not about the locations. It's about the company sometimes. But
yeah, but okay, if you would take me to a diner, would you want to dress up like that?
No, I don't dress up like that though. We don't dress up at all, to be honest.
We have a couple times when we go film fancy.
Yeah.
But if we're going to a diner, we ain't going to no. Like when we go to City Diner, do we dress up? No.
We in t-shirt and whatever else is on the bottom.
Yeah, like that was a little team too much. But also he had way too many rings on. But they explained his style. Mm-hmm. So they covered some of that weirdness of the movie. And he said, "Why not you?" And I liked what he did there. Also, now that we know about the twist with Sarah, no wonder he probably said everything he knew that Grace needed to hear. Mm-hmm. Because she would tell Sarah. Right? And he said, "Why not you?" Which he was right. Funniest thing, why can't a woman like that fall in love? She got her shit together. She had a good job. Why can't they? Right? But let me tell you why not. Because you don't marry someone after like 4 months. Just saying. Mm-hmm. I mean, you can, but you got a background check. Because some people do get married and they last. And some people get married longer and they don't last.
You know what I should have realized too? As a friend, I would have been side-eyeing my own friend for getting married. In Sarah's part, and I should have seen this as a viewer. I would have been like, damn, Sarah was just cool with you getting married this fast, yo. Like, ain't something wrong with that picture right there?
See, what I took it as was Sarah was like, man, she's been lonely for almost a decade. And she trusted her friends, like, before we knew what Sarah was really about. Like, she would trust her friend's judgment. Because they had scenes in the movie like
I trust my judgment. I'm not that friend to trust your judgment. I'm like, if you
with her love life. You know what I mean?
If I got a friend who getting married in 4 months, yo, I'm like, dog. Are you sure on the subject? Are you sure?
Yeah, but you gotta approach that delicately, because some people are a little touched, like that you might get in their feelings over.
Sometimes you gotta put your foot down and keep it real,
Yeah, but I was just like,
I should have peeped that in the movie, because I've been like, damn, yo, she was way too cool with you fucking getting married like that.
See, that to me again is not a sign, because they're older and then like we ain't got all day. Man, that's how I saw it.
This is a young dude who's just too good. He got the too good to be true stamp right on his forehead. And this man,
that's true. They never argued. You were still on the honeymoon stage. I do agree that Grace, I could tell, was really lonely. That's the only reason she went for it. She even said in her monologue, I can't believe I let this fool in my house.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, she even points out her own stupidity. I give Tyler Perry that. He didn't pretend that Grace didn't understand her mistake. She owned up to it. She said, I was a fool. I was so lonely that I didn't even look for signs when there were one. Now, so they're in the honeymoon phases. They're getting this. I actually thought they had pretty good chemistry. They should have let Mekhi be bald, but whatever. They had pretty good chemistry.
That would have been good for that. The dude from Nobody's Fool, big dude.
Which big dude?
The one who had like the terrible sex.
They're the same person.
They're the same person?
Yes.
Oh!
That's why I said let him be bald.
This is why Superman wears glasses. For dumbasses like me, like, yep, no one suspects the fucking thing. I thought he was darker.
Nope, same color.
Wasn't he not bald in that movie?
Yes, he was.
So he's the dude from the cheating movie, Infidelity or whatever it was?
Yes.
Adulterers?
Yeah, same person.
Wow. Tyler Perry's childish for that, yo.
He didn't make adulterers.
No, for using the dude from Adulterers. What's his name? Flash Jackson or some dumb shit. Like, man, fuck Adulterers too, man. Luckily we didn't do a podcast on that shit.
That movie took me all the way out. But, yeah, like, look.
It's fucking stupid.
I can't believe you didn't know he keeps his actors employed.
Listen, man.
I thought you knew they were the same person.
No. That's why I like the name Mekhi. I'm like, oh, that's a cool name I've never heard in my entire life before. Like, you should have picked it up from that, first of all.
Well, Charlie wasn't a big part of the movie. It was more about Frank and Donica.
Yeah, but you expected me to know. You should have known I didn't know.
I mean, they had the same face. I know what you...
If anything, I still think he's darker. And why is he always this shitty dude? Like, first of all...
Wasn't shitty, okay?
He was just talking about himself the whole time on the date. Remember that part?
Yes. But that means he wasn't the right person for her. But he didn't dog her at all.
I mean, yeah.
That's why I don't say he's shitty. I just think he wasn't the right person for her.
Listen, man, he was fucking her thighs. I ain't like that. Nope, he's shitty dude.
That don't mean he's shitty. It just means he's whack in bed.
No. And he talked about himself. That's a shitty dude.
He did ask about her. And then she turned... Well, look, I'm just saying he wasn't the right dude for her. When I think of shitty, I think of like cheaters or something like that.
Shit. I know, I figured it much, yeah.
So, I don't think he was the best dude, but he wasn't shitty.
Mm-hmm.
And also, at least with, if we're going to talk about adulterers, okay? We don't even know if he knew that she was married. He just walked... He was having sex with a girl, and then the dude just shot him.
Don't get me wrong. I'm just mad at that whole movie all general. that whole movie just like, what the fuck?
Because I actually seen Mekhi play, like, good guys and a lot of times. I think only this movie... Actually, yeah, only in this movie I really saw him being an ass. I don't remember another movie where he was an ass. But either way, back to the movie. So yeah, Grace and Shannon were like dating. They was on love. He proposed to her, and they got married. And then he kept a lie. Like, he played it up.
Mm-hmm.
And then they eventually got then the walls came down. Then the bullshit started happening. He stole money from her job. Number one.
Because he got her passwords and shit somehow, which also might have been from they did explain that, but that's also from Sarah as well. You know, her handiwork or whatever.
No. When he took the pictures of her bed,
the background. That's
she
right.
had her computer open.
That's right.
That's how you got her password.
How you get your password out in plain text? Who the fuck?
She's probably just typing it or something.
Bro.
You know, you can press the I thing. We gonna ignore the fuck out of that.
Let's look out. He don't got a mouse, silly.
Anyway, but yeah, so they did actually explain that. Mm-hmm. So I will give him that. They did explain how he got her shit. And plus maybe Sarah knew something, or even though Grace was not practicing the right cybersecurity.
That's true. That's true. Shut your laptop
saying.
When you get laid. I ain't wrong.
You ain't wrong.
I ain't right either, but
still. So yeah, but basically at this point he kind of switched gears on her. Once she found out, so here was her first sign he was weird. He went downstairs talking about the flies where he took her, and then he said, first of all, I don't like being checked up on.
Mm-hmm.
Second of all,
Flag.
I don't like being questioned.
Flag.
That was flag 1, 2, 3, 4.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that was the whole freaking just.
You struck out all inning on all game.
Right. So when he said that shit, I was like, And my thing I didn't like about Scene, he got up. And she is small compared to him. Makai is big. He's a big dude. He was also bulky. He's not just tall, he's bulky.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, when he stepped towards her and said this, I was like, hold up. I ain't like, I really thought he was going to hit her. I thought we were going that route.
I didn't think so.
I mean, hey, he has some standing. He won't hit a woman.
Because he's too busy technically abiding by the laws, being a con man, and just finding loopholes to abuse it. He won't actually break the law, even though technically we found out they're breaking a shit ton of laws. But, you know.
Right, so I really thought he was going to hit her. They made it seem like the atmosphere and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't. Then, I'm sorry, there were points I was, like, dying. So then after that, like, he was still playing a good guy role. But once she lost her job and then found out he was the reason, because he took a mortgage on her house, it was like almost $400,000. Mm-hmm. Then he stole almost $400,000 from her job.
Nice ass house, I'll give it that. $400,000. She definitely in Virginia.
Yeah, he took a second mortgage out on the house, right?
Mm-hmm. They took a mortgage out on your house when you paid this shit already. I don't know how this shit works, yo.
You can, actually.
That's just weird. I paid my shit off for 4 years already. And I can still take a mortgage out?
Yeah. It's how you could take out 2 mortgages on your house. You didn't pay off the first one, but you could still get another one. That's dumb, but people do it.
That's just weird. Yeah, you know.
I don't know why you do it. There's probably some legal reason why you can do it.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know the fine print in there though. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, but some people take a mortgage out their house because to pay another debt.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a bad line to go. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
But that's how people do it. But so after that, like, he turned left. Once he got exposed, he said, "You know what? I'm your husband, so that money's mine."
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "All right, now I'm pissed. I wanted him to die." That's where I wanted him to die. What was the most fucked up scene between him and Grace?
So here's my thing. Let me just cut back a little bit. The police in Virginia must be fucked up or something like that, because when she had the camera proof that this man is the one, because at that point, not only do you see you on camera, they can track all the transactions in the bank to figure out, okay, I've been conned.
No. So the camera was him taking the mortgage out on her house. They had no proof that he told the money from the company.
Okay. First of the fuck all, computers have certain checks to know who's doing what. Granted, he had like all this data.
And used her computer.
And even still, I guess the whole mortgage thing was technically legal.
Yes.
But it's like, legal air quotes, big bolded air quotes right now. But the actual bank thing kind of killed me, because it's like, everything got tracked back to this, but there was like no investigation to prove that I was the one on the laptop when this shit happened. Because for all they know, if they have all that information, they got timestamps, and they could correlate that timestamp with her location at that time and
That's
say,
why you need a lawyer.
yeah,
but she couldn't afford one.
We couldn't afford the $10,000 fucking lawyer, and it would have taken 2 years any fucking way.
I think the 2 years is bullshit part, but
Yeah,
I don't know.
I feel like that was artistic license right there.
Unless they were trying to approach it as identity fraud, because identity fraud can take a long time.
Yes, which technically was identity fraud.
So maybe that was their approach.
Yeah.
I'll give Tyra a little leeway on that.
Yeah.
But here's my thing. It was smart, because he can be caught taking he used her laptop with her passcodes, her shit, and took the money.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be hard to prove it wasn't you. And you're right, there's timestamps and everything, and then she has to prove where she was at this point. But then she still might lose her job because she didn't secure her shit, and her husband was still able to rob.
Right.
So she might still lose.
Man, robbed damn near $500,000 or some shit.
Over half, if we're talking about the mortgage plus that.
No, I'm talking from the bank, from that situation.
Yeah, about a half, yeah. Over $250,000.
So my thing is, I'll get to that point, I'll get there, keep going.
Okay, so... Yeah, but you didn't answer. You think the mortgage was the most fucked up thing he did?
That he did to her?
Yeah.
Uh,
I can tell you my fucked up thing.
what's that?
When she cheated her in the
Oh
house.
yeah, there's also that.
Let me tell you that. She walks in. Here at this point, he already talking to her shit. He said, "Ashtray, bitch," and lucky I married your ass, bitch. You hanging fruit, blah blah blah. Well, that was after, but
That is, you got the nerve to say I do love you. Like I just don't love you the way you love me. I'm like,
nigga,
what
you
the
don't
fuck?
know about love. Like, get out of here with that.
Like your mom got you fucked up.
For real, for real. And then, basically, like, what happened was he had a girl at the house. He really was like, yo, this is my house. I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want in this house.
And I just realized, in all 3 movies we seen his ass. Think about it. We saw his ass in Adulterers. We saw his ass in
Why is that?
I don't know. I was like, why? Now that I know who you are, I don't want to know who you are, Mr. McCade or McCade.
It's Makai.
I don't want to see his ass no more. Pull your pants up. Why you
Or
always?
put on pants.
Why you always?
Two of the
sure,
movies
you ain't have
he
no
didn't have
pants on at
pants
all.
on.
You right. You fat. And 2 of them, well, the first one I won't say cheating, but the first one, you're right. He might not have known she was married.
He was dead on sight.
We gotta watch the movie again just to find out if we really, really don't know that though.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But yeah, like, so my thing, the most fucked up thing he did to her, besides he's very verbally abusive, tearing down self-esteem, took her money, cost her job. He gonna have the audacity to bring another woman into the fucking house.
I said you should have joined.
He was, and the thing is, he wasn't even serious. He said that as a joke to be an ass, right?
Yeah.
And then when she busted in the door and said, "Get the fuck out of my house," blah blah blah.
You went back to it.
The woman that's in there, you trash. I would have got out because that's
Well,
uncomfortable.
she's thinking that's the mom, but either way,
Either
that's
way,
still
that's
trash.
trash.
And let's listen to the next scene. And I gotta ask a question about this. Why she got a baseball bat in her house?
No, maybe because she was alone. For protection. You know how some people do
You're
that?
probably right. You're probably right. Maybe that was for protection. She was protecting herself. You right. Told you she wasn't hitting him hard enough. And he was hitting him hard enough to put him to sleep, not hard enough to fucking close the job out.
So at this point, Grace is done.
It's a good thing he wasn't dead though, because technically, if he was, the murder charge could probably still be, valid.
Yeah, but she might have got less because of the other shit.
Right. Yeah. After they got found out, then yeah.
Yeah.
But technically, that might have saved her in the end. In real world, the fact that you're still alive, and your mom is still was hiding you the whole time. That means okay, well, I guess the assault charge won't be enough to do anything, but the murder charge might have been strong. But that's all out the window now. So.
Yeah, but anyway, so he finished with the girl who's trifling and trash, and then she leaves. And then he tells Grace, like, I love you, but I don't love you the way you love me. And women like you, it's kind of your fault. You made it too easy. Low-hanging fruit, you're lonely, and you're fucking weak. He said fucking weak, right?
She slow.
Yo, I didn't even peep that she walked slow in the background, because I was looking at him.
I said, Shanique, you better watch out, yo. She walking real slow right
when
now.
When he took that first hit, I was like...
Yeah, he was laid out after the first one. It made me think, damn, he should have definitely been dead after that, like,
and
second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth.
Blood everywhere.
Oh, yeah, I'd have been hitting the bongo drums on that shit.
Then she threw him in the basement and walked the hell out. And I was like, damn, you did it, Grace. That's when I thought courtroom drama, I was like, okay, she actually did it. Let's see if she can get a mistrial because blah, 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 right? Lord. Then I'm gonna skip because I ain't gonna summarize the whole movie because y'all seen that already. Hopefully, the trial itself. I thought the girl Jasmine was doing really well. I thought she was doing reasonable, but I also felt like the judge was purposely against her for some reason. Like he gave the guy more leeway than her. And I do like that at the end, like when she fucked up on Sarah's testimony, right? She said, she was basically like, what was it? He was like, her boss was like, yo, you don't ever let a witness say your client's a killer and not test him. But she lost hope in that moment and just said, fuck it. We probably lost.
Yeah.
So I understand both actions.
And why the husband got up in her ass by like, yo, you quit too early, yo. That wasn't okay.
I could see why she quit. I don't know if I would have continued either. I wouldn't have rest. I would have tried again. But I don't think she would have got a better answer. Because Grace did say that.
Man, I'm hard-headed. I'd be like, oh, you sure, though? because she might have just been stressed out.
And then you got the other one, objection.
Yeah.
So, that's one. And when she made a rookie mistake of missing the phone records, I was like, dang, girl, I was rooting for you, but you should have saw that. She thought Sarah was the ace in the hole, and she wasn't. Now, let's get to this fucking twist. Get the twist. Did you see it coming?
No, I thought it was a good twist.
Okay, so here's now that I've known. So basically, the twist is that like Sarah is actually a con woman, and that Shannon's actually her son. I forgot they said his real name in the movie, something Mills. And basically, they con like old women out of their life savings, and then they hold them hostage, so they can't like go to the police.
Yeah, but they said also help like security ransom, social security ransom or something like that.
I'm sorry, they don't hold them hostage because they can't go to the police. They hold them hostage so they can get the social security from them. So as long as they ain't dead, they'll still get social security checks. Fine. Okay. Now, I got questions though. How long did Grace know Sarah?
6 years.
So you telling me that Sarah ain't shit?
You never once seen her basement?
Not even that. Like,
oh, definitely that.
No, that's not even it.
That's one of the things to consider though. Like, that's your best friend. You've been in her place a whole lot. You know what she does apparently. Like, you know, for a living. And you never once just like, you know, thought in 6 years I heard some weird noises or some shit.
Now,
Because she heard the noise from upstairs, Jasmine.
Yeah, but that's not Grace. Grace
I know that's not Grace, but I'm saying how come whenever Grace was ever at her house, she never.
I don't know what Sarah told those women.
Listen, man.
One of them
was clink clanking her chains and shit, and no one ever peeped that shit.
But we don't know if she did that while Grace was there.
Yeah, that's what in 6 years. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's kind of weird. Like, what's the odds of the first time or second time that Jasmine or third time that Jasmine comes over?
It happens though, even in real life.
Listen, these ratios are these are lottery ratios right now, yo.
But it is a thing.
It is possible, but very unlikely. Like very, 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 very.
It's like people who have family members who are killers, and you see them all the time. You don't be knowing that.
I'll be like, yo, where your basement at? I'm nosy as shit, yo. If I go to somebody's house, I want to see every part of your house. I want to find where you got.
So so if you go to your friend's house, you just say, where that basement?
I want to tour your house. Every friend I got, I seen their basement. Not because I think they got their bodies, but because like they're not supposed to tour me around. However, this movie is now letting me know that my friends need to show me what the fuck they got in their basement, because I might need to, you know.
Oh, what, you gonna check the attics too?
I may as well check the garage while I'm at that too. Check the garage, the outhouse. I want to see what's in your mailbox. I want to see what kind of pills you take.
Look,
what kind of drugs you do.
Look, here's the thing. There's a reason why black people don't do this. Okay, I don't explore. Now that we know the thing.
I want to know
that old woman, Cicely Tyson, right? I forgot her name, but when she saw her, now it makes sense why Sarah bum rushed out the house. Because I even commented on that. When Jasmine was first in Sarah's house, she got her out real quick after she saw the old woman. Because Jasmine said to her, oh, hey, how are you? She heard Jasmine talking to that old lady and bum rushed out the house. That should have been my first sign, but I was ignoring because the woman's walking around free, and we heard that she takes care of old people.
If Cicely Tyson's old she is, in that house, how is she able to sneak out of where she being locked up? Everybody else chained up. How she ain't chained up? How come that first lady who jumped off the roof wasn't chained up?
Well, I think so was Cicely.
Another question before you go on. If she jumped off the roof, then they must have figured out, hey, we found the identity of this woman who hasn't like shown up for work or to her family in like X amount of months or years. Because Cicely was clearly gone for like 20 odd years or some shit like that. Because
Cicely didn't run off the.
No. I know that. I'm talking about the other one who did jump off.
Yeah.
So that one, yeah, I'm saying, why did her family or work or whoever the hell she knows not say, hey, she ain't been showing up in a minute? And secondly, how come, same thing for Cicely actually, but, you know, her house has been getting mail for X amount of years and shit. Like, no one ever said, yo, where she been at?
Well, they boarded up her house. I think they thought she was dead or something. Because her house was boarded up.
Well, they can't think she's dead because she's getting Social Security.
Well, okay, so technically, what can actually happen is, or here's what could happen. Maybe Sarah and her son boarded up the house and just took that woman. Because she's still getting mail.
They got enough money to own the property too, to be honest. Like they've been
right. So maybe the property's not in her name anymore.
Maybe.
And then as for Shannon,
family still should have checked up though.
How you know her family ain't dead?
Man, somebody got to know that they still.
There are old people who don't have anyone.
I get that, but someone somewhere in the government got to think, hey, you ain't do your taxes or some shit. You've been getting all these Social Security checks, and you ain't been checking into your doctor or the dentist or your healthcare provider or some shit. Like nobody do this shit, yo.
Speaking of that,
nobody.
I was telling you, I watched this podcast called Ratchet and Ratchet with Kevin on Stage and Doughboy. Doughboy didn't do taxes for years. Mm-hmm. And no one came after him. He just decided to do taxes for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they got him for like $50-something thousand. But
come on now.
But I'm just saying, no one came after him.
I feel like that's weird. Listen.
I mean, but he's the proof. I'm just saying.
Don't get me wrong. This movie is obviously not factual. Taking some artistic liberties, but in the real world, something happened to you after a while. I'm not saying they're gonna send like police after you or something like that.
If someone doesn't report you missing, they don't look.
It's gonna be a little weird that they
gotta report you.
Man,
it's like when children go missing, right? Let's say someone who's 18 goes missing. If you don't report them missing, no one might look for them.
If a child goes missing, they're gonna be like, "Where was you at in school? What's your attendance? You didn't show up to your job."
That's different than an adult, and you know that. That's way different than an adult.
That's the example you gave me, yo.
I said 18. That's not a child. That's legally adult.
Yeah, they still want to know shit. Because at that point, if you're 18, you most likely got a life. At some point, you either got like some kind of social life, some sort of online, thing. Like it's either for a younger person than it is for an older person.
If their parents don't report them, no one's going to look for them.
Listen, man.
That's how it is. Even if I was missing, unless you report, or my mother or my sister, no one's gonna look for me. I'm just gonna lose my job.
I'm gonna agree to disagree. Cause I just feel like after a while, when you got like there's no proof that you are dead, and for some reason your life is just keep going on. Someone at some point had to ask some kind of question about like some bill.
But you have to have someone. That lady did not look like.
That's why I'm saying I'm gonna have to agree to disagree. Cause I'm feeling like it's not just like a someone you gotta have. And I'm not saying it's gonna happen immediately too. I'm not saying like you disappear for like a couple weeks.
You're right. Maybe someone would have. Maybe people are looking for these women.
Right. Exactly.
And they just can't find them.
Like it's just weird that some 90-odd-year-old looking woman just up and disappeared and is somehow not dead.
I don't even know how long she was there.
Or leaving a trace of like their bank account or anything going on with their lives.
I don't even know how long she was there. And
she's been there for a minute. Cause remember they found out Sycamore been boarded up since like a decade or some shit.
Right. So here's my thing. Sarah's cover was that she was taking care of old people.
Mm-hmm.
So if she was smart, and some people knew that woman was in there.
Mm-hmm.
She gonna have a cover for her. Because Grace probably knew she was there. She was walking around freely. She was the only one who was, actually. So maybe she's part of her cover. Because Grace knew her job too.
I guess.
She said, I didn't want Grace to end up like me taking care of old women and cats. So I'm just saying, nothing that happened is out of the realm of possibility. It's just not common.
I will give this movie one thing. They did choose a 1 in like a 100,000 type scenario to actually get away with. That they've been getting away with for a couple of years now. So I will give them that.
Even look at those girls that were in that man's basement for 20 years. And he was going outside and everyone saw him. And they lived in his neighborhood. That's a perfect example of shit like this. Very real life example, and I actually saw one of them on TV or something. She gave interviews and now she works with missing and exploited children. But I'm just saying, their families look and no one found them. That's kind of crazy because they were like literally 3 blocks away. That's really crazy. I'd be so upset if I was them. If I'm that family, I'm pissed.
I'm assuming, because it's like, all these houses are getting boarded up because no one's paying their mortgage on this shit no more.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of boarded up houses that's still getting mail and shit, That's just...
But there's not the same state.
Let's put that. Well, I don't know all of them. Yeah, you're right. I'm assuming a decent bunch of them were probably from the same state, because Cicely's character was still getting a lot of fucking mail. So something must have been going on. Like nobody thought, hey, that's fucking weird. But that's just me.
I know, but
Listen,
I'm just saying.
I go by
there's real life examples of this.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not disagreeing with you either. But I'm just saying, in the realm of possibility, this is very, very, very unlikely.
I agree.
And I'm not saying movies haven't done that before. But I'm saying, like, you know, realistically, the numbers are like kind of skewed and
but they
away
have
from realistic.
Here's my thing. They low key have the perfect cover and scheme. No one knows she has a son, right? No one knows their real names.
Yeah, how no one know you have a son? Like, how'd you get away with that? Like,
Well, they changed their names, and he kept changing his names and being a comment everywhere. And then she had a perfect cover, so there's no reason to connect them.
Listen, man.
There's no reason to connect them.
Man.
And also, her son is grown, so he could be out here doing whatever.
That's true.
And he might never come around.
I'll give him that, but the whole name change thing, you know what? Then again, that shit happens too, so I can't even argue that part, at least.
I'm just saying, we live in a world where a lot of crazy shit happens.
Yeah.
I hope it's not based on nothing. But anyway, shit. Yeah, the twist at the end. So the girl feels bad. Jasmine feels bad because she let Grace down. She fucked up. So she goes to see Grace. Funny enough, she see her hugging her son's shoulder, and she see that her friend Sarah got her husband's jewelry on.
Yeah.
So she starts to piece together, and she's like, "Wait, hold up! I need to call my lawyer. Something ain't right." I know. I heard that too. And Jasmine at this point is talking, blah, blah, blah. She sees the old woman trying to leave the house. She takes the woman back. And then it finally clicks, and she's like, fuck. So her dumb ass, I told her, call the cops. You have a husband who's a cop. Blah, blah, blah. And then her husband, something that was brought up in the beginning of the movie when she asked her husband, can you run these prints off of this card? Because Sarah actually handed her the card. But she never expected Jasmine. She didn't know Jasmine was married to a cop. Because when the cop showed up, she didn't know that was her husband. Mm-hmm. And then she didn't expect the prints to be run. So Sarah actually made a stupid mistake.
Yeah.
Trying to pretend to be a good friend.
Yeah.
That's what fucked her up. Her being too willing, let's put it that way. Her fingerprints get flagged. She pops up, and then everyone's like, oh shit. And then that's when we found out they hiding bitches in the basement.
Wait, was he having sex with all of them too?
Oh, okay, now let's talk about the shit that I'm confused about. When Grace is talking to Sarah about how good the sex is.
Oh, that's terrible. I didn't even peep that. Oh, that's grody, dude. What the hell?
And also, they confused me, because I thought at first, Shannon was Sarah's lover, and they were trying to con her. Because they did one of those hand slides.
Little hand grazes, yeah.
They low-key doing something, because that's weird. They're way too close.
Oh, that's gross. You pimping your son out. That's nasty.
He willingly pimping his son out. And, like...
To ladies who are probably older than you, too. Like,
he probably banged them, too. Every
That's
last one.
what I thought. I'm like, yo, you probably, like, got close. Probably got married to a bunch of... Oh, excuse me. I did that out. Probably got married to a bunch of...
I'm gonna leave that shit in there.
Just stuck up on, but yeah, it's like, yo, you got like a lot of, like, you know, you got a lot going on. Your shit gonna fall off, and I ain't gonna be mad.
Yeah, I was just like, that blew me. Once I knew that was her son, I was like, you were laughing with her, talking about how good your son is and how special. No, and you was at the wedding. That's weird.
Right. Oh,
Sarah, you grody.
Trifling.
You trifling. How you do Felicia like this?
Yeah, yo.
Fucking.
Sarah,
Mrs. Cosby?
2020
Not even
very
Mrs. Cosby,
trifling start, and we saw this shit right before Valentine's Day. So
it was nothing Valentine's about.
There's nothing Valentine's-y about this shit at all.
Ugh, no. But I like when the twist happened, I was like, oh, totally didn't see that. Because what I thought the movie was and what it turned out to be, I was like, okay, I see you, Tyler. I actually would say this is probably the most not convoluted plot movie that he's ever had. But I thought he was going to do more with the son, but he didn't. But I will say,
They
like,
shot him. That's good.
oh yeah, Jasmine shot up Shannon.
Because the husband came, like, he found the prints and, like, yo, hold up. Like, a lot of this is coming from, wait, how do you even correlate to Sarah anyway?
No, so remember, Jasmine gave her husband the card to get the prints. Sarah's prints was on the card because she gave the card to Jasmine.
Oh, that's right.
So
that's
when
right.
he flagged the prints on the card, Sarah happened to pop up. That's
Right.
why I said she made a mistake.
That and made a mistake of wearing the chain, too, from the son's chain. Like, that was dumb. She wore that shit to court.
Here's my thing about that. I think Sarah got so cocky that she's like, Grace going to jail anyway.
Yeah. I'm about to just flex on her and have this shit.
Yeah,
right there,
she didn't really give a fuck about her.
Yeah.
Also, your son was wearing your shit.
That means she commits to a lot of her lies then. Like, this is like couple years long project in the
And
making.
I will say this. I'm actually glad that Tyler didn't tie this up in a neat bow, but don't do Fall from Grace 2. Because no one wants to see that shit.
Yeah.
But Sarah got away.
Mm-hmm.
And she found a new victim.
Yep, immediately.
Yep.
Handcuffs and all.
Yep, so.
I mean, she's resourceful, if anything, and probably don't even got the name Sarah no more anyway.
Yep.
Which means you can't.
She used to be Betty, now she was Sarah, and now I don't know
She's
who
what
the
the fuck she wants to be, yep.
Calling it old woman. I'm surprised she would do old women like that when she ain't that young.
Yep. Especially when you already got away with a lot of it, too. Like, you got, like, millions of dollars of it already. You know?
Chill, like, hey, she needs to chill. But she's lucky because she doesn't do profile, like, women who are, like, have a big profile. Like, they got money, but, like, they're not, like, well known.
Yeah.
So she's smart, but congrats, Sarah. You got away with it. Your son might be dead, though.
Oh.
But he should have been dead.
Yeah, he got shot 3 times.
No, not even that.
The bat should have killed him, yeah.
Yeah, like, the
'Cause you
blood got all over the face. He fell down the stairs. He just wrapped up his head. Come on, yo.
Yeah.
She broke the bat on, like, the 3rd hit.
The Ant got thrown down the stairs, too, yo. Like, oh, I fully intend on being dead if I get hit like that.
Yeah, I was surprised.
Because that first hit put him to sleep. He was...
Mike was like, he gonna die.
Yeah, she started walking slow. Sometimes you just know, like, one thing I like about movie artistry is when something is happening in the background that one other character don't know, but the viewer knows. Like, you just see her creep real slow and, like, Jason Voorhees,
she had the Sheila face from, like, Why Did I Get Married?
Yeah.
When Mike was, like, talking all that shit and Sheila was just staring. Like, this nigga, really?
Mm-hmm.
Bottle? Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Bung.
The nerve.
The nerve. Grace went ape shit.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, when the son was like, oh, my mother would never even heard of a spider. Oh, she would stomp that spider out.
Oh, that spider about to get the hands.
For real. I was like, I think your mom would if she pushed that point. And she would push that point.
Right.
But I'm glad Grace is out. I'm glad Jasmine found her confidence. And it sucks that Sarah got away, but I'm glad Shannon's dead.
Right.
Amen.
Right.
Any more to say?
Oh, no, I'm good. Got off my chest.
Okay. Hit us up on Twitter at EchoU Podcast. Let us know what you guys think. And shit, what else I was gonna say? This is your job. You got one job. I'm sorry. I'm still thinking about that damn movie. You can find us on most podcasting apps and social media, all under Echo Underground Podcast. And we'll see you guys next episode. Bye.
See ya.